Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is the GEMS Girls in Engineering, Math, and Science presentation of 2020. My name is Callista Burns. I'm an undergraduate education major at the University of the Incarnate Word, and I am the GEMS Head Camp Counselor and Research Coordinator.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Stephanie Weiss Lopez. I am an undergraduate meteorology major at UIW, graduating fall of December 2020. I am also the AVS Lab Research Assistant, meteorologist, and the GEMS Project Manager and Coordinator. And later on in this presentation, you will also be introduced to some of our campers, Vihali and Monali Baker.
So a little bit of background about GEMS. GEMS stands for Girls in Engineering, Mathematics, and Science. We are an all-girls free STEAM camp and clubs, and STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. We are located at the University of the Incarnate Word, UIW, in San Antonio, Texas. We have two camps, miniGEMS and megaGEMS. Our miniGEMS camp is for middle school girls and our megaGEMS camp is for high school girls. And our mission statement is to inspire and empower young girls to be innovative with their future in the fields of STEAM.
Now that you had a little bit of the background of GEMS, some of the history, GEMS was established in 2015 as miniGEMS. With that, we had one camp that was 5 days long with 26 students. 2016 was very similar to that. And 2017 was a big growth year. We had 4 camps that were 2 weeks long each, and we had 112 girls attend that camp. For 2018, we had another 4 camps, and we had 108 girls show. For 2019, that was a very big year for us. Not only did we have another 4 camps, each 10 days long, but we had 133 girls join us for that summer in the miniGEMS. There was also a 98% of them as a minority. 2019 was also big because it was our pilot year for the megaGEMS and the Mega RC. megaGEMS consisted of 2 camps, each 2 weeks long with 51 girls. And Mega RC was 1 camp, very unique at 30 days or 6 weeks long for 15 girls. You're going to hear a little bit more about the breakdown of the miniGEMS, megaGEMS, and the Mega RC programs next.
Our miniGEMS program in 2019, we had 5th through 8th grade students. We had 3 districts, San Antonio ISD, Southside ISD, and Judson ISD. During the camp, the girls do multiple hands-on STEAM experiments. They also learn about the EV3 Lego Mindstorm robots, where they get to learn how to program and code. We also provide hot meals and snacks for our girls. We provide breakfast and lunch, and those are prepared by the UIW graduate nutrition students. We also provide transportation for all of our students. A UIW shuttle goes to their respective schools at about 7:30 in the morning, picks them up and brings them to UIW, and then takes them back to their schools at the end of the day. miniGEMS also hosts clubs during the school year, and GEMS sponsors First Lego League teams at each of the schools.
Now that you kind of got a little feel of miniGEMS, you can kind of see that for 2019, megaGEMS and Mega RC was piloted. We were very excited that not only was GEMS growing, but our girls were growing too. So we wanted to fill that need and create megaGEMS. As the miniGEMS program was 5th through 8th grade, we wanted to continue to provide opportunities for our girls from 9th through 12th grade. 2019 was also very unique that we got to collaborate with Girls Inc. Eureka program and introduced the girls into our camp. The miniGEMS girls, not only do they do STEAM experiments, but as they continue to grow and advance, we had to continually change our curriculum and find the latest and greatest experiments. And with that, we were even able to deep dive further into these hands-on STEAM experiments. For example, one of our counselors was a chemistry major, and with that we were actually able to look into the chemical reactions of some of the experiments that they did as a miniGEM. The girls also were able to be introduced to artificial intelligence, or AI, and Python programming, as well as applications for drones. One of our girls in the miniGEMS program got her FAA pilot's license at the age of 16 through the miniGEMS program. Our miniGEMS, or Mega RC camp, our research camp, was a 6-week camp that focused on scientific research at a college level. This camp taught the girls from the very beginning to end the steps in the process to find great resources and locations to find those resources and all the steps along the way. And at the end, they presented their findings and all their research at our big banquet at the end of the summer, which was very neat because not only is it for all the camps, but it was for campers, parents, and guest speakers as well. And kind of wrapping up 2019, some of the statistics that we had. That particular summer, we were able to work with 3 school districts. We had 11 different teachers throughout the 8-week program helping us at different times. We had the largest GEMS staff of 33 members. We had 255 original applications to join us that year. And unfortunately, with vacation plans and things like that, not all girls were able to attend, but we did have 227 girls attend those camps at least one day that summer. Our nutrition department was extremely busy preparing over 3,000 hot meals and snacks. And we had a budget of $200,000. Back in 2015, when GEMS was established, that first camp for 1 week had a budget of $12,000. So huge growth and advancements from 2015 to 2019. As well, on average, GEMS does have a 91% average of attendance of minorities. And to the right, you can kind of see an example of an average of what we see within the GEMS program. The mixed race is a Hispanic +1, as well as we have Hispanic, Black, and white.
miniGEMS also had its first spring break camp back in March of 2020. It was a 3-day camp, Monday through Wednesday from 8:30 to 4 p.m. We had about 30 students who were in 5th grade at Barclay Ruiz Elementary. And it was actually hosted at Barclay Ruiz Elementary. We provided hot breakfast, lunch, and snacks for the girls, like always. And they got to learn more about the EV3 robots. They learned about color detection and line following with their robots as well. They built a Rube Goldberg machine, which you can see in the picture. They are hard at work. They were super concentrated to get this done. So they broke up into teams and came together to put their project all together, and it worked, and they were so happy. It was a big project, and they actually incorporated their EV3 robot into their machine, and it started it off. So they had to make sure their programming was right in order for their Rube Goldberg machine to get rolling. And the next day after our spring break camp ended is when COVID hit and quarantine began. So because of COVID, we were not able to have our in-person summer camps like we usually do, but we still wanted to connect with our girls and keep that good relationship with them. So we created the virtual research camp. This camp was from July 6th through the 31st. We hosted 5 high school students. It was all through Zoom, and they conducted college-level scientific research. We had guest speakers each week from HEB, Valero, and the IDRA. In this picture, you can see Lorena and Katie from HEB speaking to our girls about healthy living and the importance of networking and internships. And next, you will hear from one of our campers from the virtual research camp, and it is Vihali Baker.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vihali Baker, and I am a senior at Smithson Valley High School. I'm hoping to attend Johns Hopkins University next fall with a major in biomedical engineering. And my research interest specifically that I got to research through the GEMS RC was robotic surgery technology. My dream job would be to start a company that can research and develop this robotic surgery technology professionally. Outside of GEMS RZ, I also founded our high school's robotics team and was the president for 2 years. I also participate in student council and NHS through my school. I also am in the Girls Inc. Eureka program, which is where I learned about the GEMS RC program. I am in Girl Scouts and have completed my bronze and silver awards, and I'm working on my gold award right now. I founded a nonprofit organization named Young Abilities, which focuses on providing extracurricular activities to students with disabilities. This year, we are focusing on hosting robotics and art programs and are hoping to expand in the future. I am also on my school's Parent Teacher Student Association, or PTSA, and for that, I am the third vice president. My first summer with the GEMS RC actually started in 2019 at their in-person camp, where I researched the general topic of the future of robotic surgery technology. It was here that I learned more about the gap in training curriculum, and I decided to focus in on training methods. After the GEMS RC finished, I was asked if I'd be able to continue my research throughout my junior year of high school. And that is where I researched 3 major training methods to train students to use robotic surgery technology. These were a haptic device, a Lego EV3 robot, and a Canova arm. The haptic device I worked on had a simulation attached to it. So you would move a haptic arm, which provided tactile feedback, so you could actually feel what happened in the computer simulation. I found that this type of training method was the most accurate representation of RST. Even though it was accurate, it was very difficult to understand, and so you would have to understand more about robotic technology before being able to use it. A Lego EV3 robot is a very simple robot in which you can understand robotic technology easily. They're actually the same robots used in the first Lego League competition. I developed an EV3 robot to have a robotic arm instead of the typical wheels that drive, and this robotic arm was able to pick up different objects and move them to a target. While this was an easier way of understanding robotic technology, it wasn't very accurate in its representation of robotic surgery, so it was only really useful as an introductory system. The last system I researched throughout my junior year of high school was a Canova arm. This was connected to an Xbox Kinect sensor, so as people moved their hands on an XYZ plane, the robotic arm itself moved and was able to do different things. This allows for a real-life understanding of how robotic surgery machines operate, but it still didn't quite have the same amount of accuracy as a haptic device. If I were to have a training curriculum for robotic surgery technology, I would start with the Lego EV3 robot, allowing a quick introduction to robotic technology and to understand how things work. I would then move to the Canova arm so that the trainees would be able to understand what's actually going on in the operating room when they're working with robotic surgery technology. Since these 2 devices would provide a good foundation for their understanding of robotics, you would then be able to move into the haptic device in the simulation. This would be an accurate representation of RST, and the surgeon would have more understanding of what's going on before actually using robotic surgery in the operating room. This summer, through the virtual research camp, I got to study a little bit more about how virtual reality could be adapted into these training methods. I found that using VR with the haptic device would be the best because you'd be able to have the simulation on a VR device while still moving the haptic arm, giving you the feel of actually being in an operating room, which would be more natural for a surgeon. I also found that robotic surgery is currently moving towards VR as future development. And so it would only be natural to be able to start including VR in our training curriculums. That way surgeons are prepared for this when they get into the field. Due to COVID, I haven't been able to fully test my theory with virtual reality, but I'm hoping to continue my research this year. And by the end of the year, I hope to have more definite results on how virtual reality can be used in robotic surgery training.
Thank you so much, Vishali. And now we will hear from Monali Baker.
Hi everyone, my name is Monali. I'm a junior at Smithson Valley High School. My college plans are to go to MIT and I plan on majoring in mechanical engineering and getting my MBA. My research interest is to make and modify robotics competitions to allow for special needs kids to participate. My dream job would be to be the CEO of my own company, which would create and manufacture toys and tools for learning for special needs kids. This is one passion of mine. I've worked with special needs kids before, and I see that they don't really get the same opportunities and they're not pushed to their fullest potential. And I really think that if we give them the chance, then they can really surprise us. My extracurriculars might look similar to Vishali's. We are sisters and are in so many of the same things. I've done robotics all 3 years of my high school experience. I'm our team secretary. On our school's student council and chapter of the National Honor Society. I do Girls Inc. and I'm in their 5-year STEAM-based Eureka program. I do Girl Scouts where I've received my bronze and my silver awards and I'm currently working on my gold award. I'm part of our team's varsity swim team. I'm part of Young Abilities. I'm the vice president and the programs coordinator. I'm part of the Parent Teacher Student Association, the PTSA at our school, and I dance. I received solo semifinalist 2 times. I learned about GEMS through my sister, and I knew that my research topic, there was no better place for me to do it than at GEMS. My research topic this past summer was how can we make robotics competitions special needs friendly? And I focused on 6 different special needs: autism, Asperger's, cerebral palsy, Tourette's, blindness or colorblindness, and deafness. The results of my study in my study, I found the strengths and weaknesses of each of the 6 types of special needs, and I determined what would need to be changed in order to make that competition friendly for them. I found that they can be assets to any team, and because they have their own sets of strengths and weaknesses, they can really push a team to that new level. I also created a game theme and obstacles to use as a competition, which had a construction theme, and letting these kids go and show them that yes, they can be engineers and they can do marketing and business. It really gives them that confidence boost. I also have some ongoing research. One of my results showed that we would have to make a joystick uncontrollable movement friendly, and that is what I am doing this year.
Thank you, Monali and Vishali. That's just an example, or those are just some of the examples of some of the high caliber research that our campers do within our camps. Within our VRC, we did have some lessons learned. For example, the camp was only 4 weeks long, and as a preference from the girls, they told us that 6 weeks would allow for more in-depth time to focus on their research. One thing we also took away, as due to the high caliber that the girls are, that they will now be called interns, and this will be an internship and not a camp. Another topic that we felt that was very important, as well as some of our guest speakers, was networking and job shadowing. Last year, we were able to meet someone from HEB, Katie Chain, and she not only came as a guest speaker to talk with our girls, but she also discussed the networking and the importance of job shadowing for your future. And thankfully, with the relationship we were able to gain from the Texas Women's Summit last year, we were still able to keep that connection going with our girls. Another lesson learned was developing a CV or also developing a resume. As a lot of our girls already have a CV, we would think going forward, we want to work with them more into cleaning it up or learning how to constantly add to it, what's considered important, what's not, as well as if their CV is good, then let's move on to the resume, as a lot of the girls are beginning to end their high school career and either join the workforce or go straight to college, but having those items ready to go. The importance of an elevator speech. This is something that we continue to talk with our girls all the time, as having their elevator speech ready to discuss not only their passion project, their research, or just anything that they've done along the way. We never know how long or who you're going to meet. So having that 20-second, 30-second, or 2-minute speech ready to go to discuss basically all your interests and who you are and who you want to be. And one thing we did was every day that we would have our meetings with the girls virtually, we would always ask them, what are you working on? You know, give us a little catch up, what you've been working with. And in actuality, it was preparing them to have their elevator speech for their research. Discussion questions for engagement. This was something that we learned as this was a pilot program for us. It was very fluid. We originally had a curriculum set, and we realized that we needed to have discussion questions not only earlier within the meeting that particular day or mixed in with the topic of what we were going to discuss. As we were all new to a quarantine and having to socialize through a computer, we constantly try to come up with new ways and icebreakers to get our girls involved and really wanting to just enjoy being a part of this camp. So that was something that we took away. Daily check-ins. I know as our kids went back to school this fall, a lot of our kids went back virtually. So they're having to learn to have a daily check-in with their emails, their teachers, assignments. This was something that was kind of hard for them at first. They weren't necessarily used to it. So reminding them to not only check it daily, but maybe even sometimes multiple times a day to ensure that they can continue to get communication from us in regards to assignments or deadlines. And scheduling one-on-one feedback meetings. This was a huge takeaway. We did have a one-on-one meeting with each of our girls, which is about 2/3 of the way into the entire camp. And we realize now we need to have, if not one-on-one meeting, we need to maybe have two, have them earlier on and then maybe a little one or another one towards the end. This would allow the girls to have that one-on-one time to make sure if they had some questions or if we just want to make sure that they're where they want to be and we're where they want them to be within the camp. Another takeaway we had was no assumptions. Formatting a research paper and creating slides. We realized that the girls came from different schools and school districts. Some girls used Google, some used Office. So really going forward, showing the girls how to use different formats. This is something that will just help them as they continue to grow in their school or just within their career.
After our virtual research camp, we came up with our GEMS STEAM activity kit. We got in contact with our high schoolers with the research camp, and we wanted to stay in contact with our middle schoolers as well. So we created these STEAM kits for 50 of our girls. The STEAM kit was actually part of my platform as Miss Fiesta San Antonio 2020 and 2021. As Miss Fiesta, I get to go out into the community and implement a community service project that I am passionate about, and that is certainly GEMS. I wanted to get the word out about GEMS and about all the good things that we do. The kit included instructions and all the supplies for 3 STEAM experiments. It was called Snake Bubbles, Puffy Paint, and Storm in a Jar. These experiments actually came from Valero's website, fueledby.com, and we partnered with Valero to put these kits together for 50 of our girls from Barclay Ruiz Elementary and Elof Elementary, and they were all in 5th grade. Each kit was actually personally delivered to the students' homes. So I drove around San Antonio to 50 different houses and apartments and got to see these girls and their smiling faces under their masks, of course. But it was really great to see them and ask how they're doing, how their summer is going, and wish them luck on the upcoming school year. majority of our girls are minorities and come from under-resourced parts of San Antonio. So driving around and seeing where these girls come from really brings it home and really makes us want to do more for these girls. Additionally, these kits were completely free for our campers. Our GEMS camp is also free. So we want to do as much for the girls as possible to keep them engaged in STEAM. Next, we have our miniGEMS clubs. We usually have clubs in person. The past few years, we've had 3 schools in 2 different districts, but since COVID hit, we've moved our clubs virtually via Zoom. And in those clubs, we have our first Lego League teams and a bunch of fun hands-on STEAM experiments for our students. I also created our first YouTube video. We have a GEMS YouTube channel now, which we're super excited about, and we'll be posting 3 more videos in the next few weeks, actually. So be on the lookout for those. We're also implementing our holiday STEAM kits, and we are doubling our kits from 50 to 100. These kits will be distributed over 4 schools and 2 school districts. So we will be reaching 100 girls in the San Antonio area that have been a part of GEMS in the past and have been a part of the clubs. And we are really excited about that. And we will be distributing those the week of December 15th through the 17th.
Thank you, Calista. As we are only have a couple weeks left of 2020, we are still super, super excited for the future plans. GEMS for 2021. We are going to have 3 spring break camps. This year, we did have our first piloted spring break. So we are very excited to now plan for 3 different consecutive camps going on. Our GEMS website will be scheduled to be launched for spring of 2021. This will allow the girls, so if they're at home and they want to see what's going on in the world of GEMS and it's not their day to have clubs or whatnot, they can get on there and it'll link them to all of our social medias, as well as it will link them to our YouTube channel where they can start watching some more videos and just give the girls an opportunity to see exactly what we're working on, and as well as they can see themselves. I know the girls really enjoy when we are able to go out and see them. And so when they can see the photos of everything that we've done, it really gets them just as motivated as we are. For 2021, we are planning our summer camps from June 7th through August 6th with a big banquet at the end. We are planning to have over 200 students, and we are excited to now have 6 miniGEMS camps, and we are increasing our mega-GEMS camps to 3 camps, and we are going to have a 4-week research camp. We are also super excited to be introducing the Lego Flybricks. It is essentially Lego's version of a drone. It is very safe. They will code it. They will do everything they need to do to fly the drones just the way that they did for the EV3s. So we're very excited. As Calista said, this is our passion project. So being able to constantly come up with new innovative ideas to see our girls and to constantly do things for them, we're just as excited for 2020 as we are for 2021 as we were for 2020. And with that, these are just some of the acknowledgements. We could not do what we do with all of our sponsors and funders, not only multiple areas of the University of the Incarnate Word, but also different foundations and different companies within the San Antonio area that support us and continue to contribute to help us to grow this organization that we can so generously give back to the community. So with that, we truly are thankful for all that we can do.
Thank you so much for joining us and learning about our GEMS camps and clubs. Feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to check out some fun STEAM activities. And feel free to contact us with any questions at all at gemssatx@gmail.com. Thank you again and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.